Hello again. Thank you for watching this video and studying math with me. Today's topic is reading pictographs, bar graphs, and line graphs, and you want to read and understand how to use these. A pictograph is a graph that uses pictures or symbols. It displays information that can be compared easily. However, once a symbol is used to represent a certain quantity, it can be difficult to determine exactly the amount represented by a fraction of a symbol. So here we have a pictogram that shows the number of ice cream bar sales during the year 2008 by months. And so we have some questions that we can ask. And each ice cream bar represents 100 bars in the picture. So, which month had the lowest sales? We can look and we can see that January had the lowest sales. So, that's the answer there. Which months had the most sales? We can look and we can see that that is June. Now it says approximately how many more ice cream bars were sold in the month of May compared with the month of January. So if we look at May, we see that there were 1, 2, 3, that would be 300 bars. But then we have to subtract the number that were sold in January, and if we go to January, we see it's just a fraction. I'm going to call that 30. Again, we're approximating that. So what we can say is perhaps there were around or approximately 270 ice cream bars that were sold. Last question says, what was the approximate sales of ice cream bars in September? So we go up to September and we see that we have 100, 200, and a fraction. That's less than a half, so I'm going to call that 225. Again, that was approximate. So that's an example of pictographs. Bar graphs are useful for showing comparisons, and this bar shows cookie sales that were sold for brands A, B, and C, different kinds of cookies. So we look and answer the question, what was the approximate sale for cookie brand A? We look at the chart and we say, oh, it's a little bit above 80,000, but approximately it is $80,000. If we look at B, we can see that less was sold for B, and I'm going to say that that is approximately $60,000. It's a little bit less than that based on the chart. And by how much did cookie brand A exceed the sales of cookie brand C? Well, cookie brand C looks like it did around 20,000. So I'm going to take 20,000 away from, and cookie brand A, I called it 80,000. And so the difference is approximately $60,000 is the approximate difference. We can also talk about line graphs that are often used to show a trend. And this shows UN census figures, and it was dealing with solar products by year. And so the first question that we have is, which year had the greatest number of installations and how many were there? Well, this chart shows everything in terms of 1,000s. And so this shows that the greatest number was 7, so the answer was 7,000. And the year in which that happened was 2017. So 2017 had the greatest number, and that number was 7,000. The question also says, find the increase in the number of installations from 2016 to 2017. Well, it went from a low down here. I have to estimate that, but I'm going to call that 2,500. And the high I called 7,000. So the difference between those is 4,500 found by subtraction. And you can think about the reasons that might have happened, and it could have had to do with the economy, it could have had to do with the availability of products, so on and so forth. Now we can answer even more questions. Over here, the question is, which 2 years had the least number of installations? Well, if we look over here, there is sort of a tie between these 2 years, 2012 and 2016. So I'm going to put 2012 and 2016 there. And then the next question says, and how many were there? And we've already really done that. We say there were 2,500 units, reading it from the chart. So the decrease from 2015, if I look at 2015, there were 4,000 minus 2,500, so that decreased by 1,500. And you can talk about reasons for the increases and so on and so forth. In closing, remember, time is precious. Each day must count. Doing the math will make you strong. See you in class, and take care.